better than surviving.
It's the goal.
Right?
The goal is thriving.
That's right. Just wanted to check in and to see. I know Cheryl was pretty clear in how she felt about the performance the other night. Just talk about how the team felt independently of that.
Yeah. I think we have a lot to learn from that game. It's in the past, though. The beauty about this league is there's so many games, so it's nice that we get another game so quickly to like move on from that and prove that we are better than what we showed that night. Again, we got good looks against Seattle. We weren't able to knock it down, so hopefully tonight we can get our shooting percentage up a little bit. But yeah, I think we just learned a lot, and hopefully we'll incorporate that into tonight's game.
Yeah. Sorry, my dog's barking. Go ahead, Ron.
I was going to say, Bridget, I know you're probably accustomed to having Bill in halftime talk sometimes, so that was kind of like, yeah, okay, Coach doesn't think this is bad. Jessica, you're still on my list, by the way. I haven't forgotten.
I appreciate that very much so.
It's not a problem. This team can be really good. I mean, I watched the tapes and all that, and I like this team. What's it going to take to get to that? Kicking it another gear, do you think? Jessica, I'll start with you.
I think attention to detail, both on the offensive and defensive end. We have goals on defense, and recently, we haven't been meeting them, and so I think it's important that we lock in on, what the coaches are asking us to do on that end. And then on offense, I think it's just finding our flow and then executing. I mean, we have to pay attention, to every little detail because we're not a team that can allow a team to go on a 20-point run and come back from it. We know that we need to be efficient on offense and make sure everyone's taking their shots, but taking them confidently as well.
You had the big game loss last time, Dallas, but being around athletes 5 decades now, that's been flushed. But has it been brought up about how bad that last game was? Now, granted, you were missing a bunch of people, but have you talked about that any?
We watched some clips just for their personnel and some of the things they run against us, but obviously we didn't play well that game at all, and so we kind of want to, turn that page and, make a difference tonight. But yeah, that was just not a good game for us. But we flushed it pretty quickly. That was heading into All-Star break, so that feels like a long time ago. We're a new team, I think, by now.
It was. Right?
Bridget, I just wanted to check in with you. I heard that you were a bit of a mentor to Ashley Jones, and she's had a super unique rookie year experience. I think she's on her 3rd team and maybe 5th contract right now, if I'm right. Have you been staying in touch with her? Have you had any advice for her, any counsel?
I haven't talked to her lately, but when we did play against Vegas, when she was on Vegas, I talked to her quickly and kind of through our Iowa State coaching staff. But yeah, I was kind of in her shoes, not as dramatic and as contract confusing as she has had this year, but I got cut from my first team. I was drafted to as well, so it happens, and you kind of just have to find your way and work hard, and that's what I've kind of told her, and I think she is trying to figure out how to do.
That's right. My last question is, Minnesota and Cheryl have always, I think, done an incredible job at player development and taking long players that might have been more stuck in one institution in college and expanded their skill set and ability to play all over the floor. This season, though, there was questions about the point guard spot, and then Lindsay's really developed and I think brought some stability there, and you missed her. Having her not in the lineup lately, what are the tangible things that you guys know you miss and are anxious to have back?
LA did a great job stepping in the middle of the season and starting at point guard for us. The way she controls the pace has been something that we talk about a lot. And, with her out, we have to make sure that we're doing that same thing. But I think just her pace, and then she also just has a calm about her. She's going to get us in the right set. She's going to get us a good look. So I think, obviously, that's something we're missing. But at the same time, I think, you have Tiffany right now stepping in and starting at point guard, which is something that's new to her. But I think she's done a great job at trying to grasp the ideas that the coaches are giving to her. And then, Rachel, for me, has always been a really consistent player for us. She brings great energy to our team, but anytime she comes on the court, you know what you're going to get from her. So I think, she's just a really consistent player for us who can also make those reads.
That's awesome. And just personally, I love watching just through social, and I know that's not always the best indicator, but your team's chemistry looks really fun, and how you guys find ways to connect and spend time with each other. So just that's really cool, and you know that pays off in the long run in life.
For sure.
Best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thanks, guys.
We will see you in Dallas on Thursday.
Yes.
It's gonna be 65 degrees in Dallas.
That's perfect, Ron. I'll have my hoodie on and some sweatpants. Sounds good to me.
Bye to you.
Bye. Thank you.
But by the way, you got the best PR. I got an email from Abby.
Hey, Abby, okay? Abby, shout out.
You are my hero.
You're his hero. Come on, Abby.
I thought I was the only one up at that hour, and all of a sudden I looked down, I go, God bless America. I can see that.
Abby.
You guys, we'll see you on Thursday.
Sam, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, goodbye.
Is this still on? Is anyone else here?
You guys can
Okay.
start. I'll pull this out.
I'm guessing rebounding is high on the priority list tonight, and I'm wondering the different sort of nuanced challenge when you have a team like Dallas where it's not just one, it's Tiara and Satu and Natasha Howard. How does that change the approach to rebounding when you have three prolific?
I mean, obviously they're a really good rebounding team, and so for us, I think it's going to be important that we put bodies on certain players, and then it's going to be really important that our guards come in and rebound for us today.
Yeah, definitely all five. It's not one person. They're
Yeah.
big and athletic and jump high, so it's going to be all five of us that have to get in there.
Knowing that protecting the paint is going to be critical as well. This team really does an excellent job of getting the ball inside to its bigs. What are the keys to stopping that, both inside and outside?
I think the first thing is, like you said, they're bigs that are catching on the block or the cutters. So our priority is protecting the paint, like it always is, but especially this game with the team that averages like over 40 points in the paint, I think, and had like 50 last game against Connecticut, who's a good defensive team. So that's our priority. Again, they have penetrators too who are able to get in the paint. So making sure we have ball pressure so it's hard to pass into the post, but then being able to guard one-on-one as well.
And Cheryl was critical in the last game about your will, especially at home with how Seattle came out. Do you see this, or how much do you see this as an opportunity, especially with how the last matchup was and that last game and being like, no, we're going to reestablish the way things should be in this building?
Yeah, I mean, I think the nice thing is that 48 hours later, we're playing another basketball game. Because, you know, that's not a game that you go home feeling too good about. And so I think for us, you know, the one thing we want to make sure that we do is we come out and we control our effort and we play with just a passion. And, you know, we all want to play hard for each other, so I don't think that's ever in the question. But I think just taking it to that next gear for us on both ends and just, yeah, being some dogs. That's what Cheryl said. Be some dogs.
Yeah.